Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Sock Talks with Joy and Sean. We're glad you're here today. Hope you're off to a great start. It's hard to believe it's August already. School starting in a lot of places. School down there starting yet in Florida?
I think some start Monday and then the following week. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
God, it's not
yeah.
even Labor Day.
I know, I know. Well, it's funny.
Back
Somebody
in
posted.
my day, we didn't go back till after Labor
I
Day
know you got that. We had to walk 5 miles to school too.
in the snow, even in
And
August and
and in the
September.
heat, yeah. And we had no air conditioner in our but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I hear you. But it was funny because somebody posted something on Facebook of all the schools around here and the different days that they start. And it's everywhere from the 20th to the 29th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like
Right.
bizarre.
Great card sending time though, with those pictures
Oh,
that people are going to
yeah.
post. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
yeah.
funny you say that because in my BNI chapter this week, I kind of mentioned to them, I said, here's some good referrals for me. Number one is teachers.
Yeah.
I said, and I discussed a little bit about that. And I said, number two, for the sake of all of you guys, you are my tribe in here, by the way. You got any employees and you got any customers that have kids going to school, you grab that picture off of Facebook and you put it in print for them.
Yep. Yep.
'Cause
Absolutely.
they're not going to do that, but
Yep.
you will, and your information will be on there. So yeah, you're 100% right on that. So, but anyways, I think, I
Off
guess
topic again.
off topic again, but you know what? Yeah,
So let's just keep going off topic. The
yeah, let's
couple I
go
just
on
met
topic.
with, they said we were talking about the width of with your clients, but then the depth of the. She goes, we have cards that are framed from you around our house. We don't print out pictures, but some of the cards you've sent, we framed. So
Yeah,
you're right. So
yeah.
totally off topic. Not what
And
we were going to talk
yeah,
about at
we're not
all.
gonna we're gonna wind this back around
There we go.
because in a case like that, Sean, what you did is you didn't think about yourself, you thought about them.
Yep.
And that's what our card sending should be all about, is thinking of it, it's not about us. And I really love the story that you had, Sean. That you want to share with everyone on a gentleman who didn't quite get the idea about it
And maybe you
not
did.
being
So
on.
yeah, we have in my Rotary group, we support a leadership training in the schools down here where between junior and senior year, young people can be selected to go to this. It's a week long, and then they graduate from that, and then the next year they could, if they want to go back, they can be like supervisors and work their way up. And there were two of them that spoke to us last week. We actually went to their school for our meeting, and the one young lady said, it was just great to, be around kids that kind of saw the world like I did, and
Mhm.
had the same kind of drive, and I just hope to find that, as I get older. And I just made the comment that you'll find, be yourself, you'll find your tribe. Don't
Right.
put it with, be around the encouragers and the people that cheer you on. And if the people bring you down, it's unfortunate. I told my kids that when they graduate high school that, you might not be friends with your high school friends in 5, 10 years because you might outgrow them. They might outgrow you. We've talked about that. But they also mentioned that, we're looking for mentors. So one of our older gentlemen said at the meeting on Wednesday, he's like, hey, we got the email. I'm going to be a mentor. I've got 7 years of knowledge that I could, give to these young people. And I'm just thinking it's not about you, this mentorship. It's really about them. And yes, you will have some point of views that maybe they don't think about, but it should be 80-20 you asking questions and listening and them talking. And sometimes they figure it out by just talking to somebody that's not a friend or a family that doesn't have
Mhm.
some agenda for them. And it's the same for our, I'm just thinking it's the same for our business.
Yeah.
And it gets said occasionally, the more you talk, the less you make. But it really is asking questions and letting them talk, because when they do, they tell you what they want.
Yeah.
And it's easy to direct them to say, well, here's what we're going to do. By what you just told me,
Yeah.
this is the best thing for you to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Exactly. And if you think about it, it really makes our job easier if you do that too. So you're not out there just talking about everything that's out there. You've asked them enough questions, you know how to direct them. And we had conversations about this, and the company was kind of doing some training on that for a long time about don't just go and show them everything that's out there. You know,
Because their
find.
head will explode, or they'll be like, you'll talk them out of it.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
exactly right. That's
Oh,
exactly right. Well, a twofold on a thing that happened with me yesterday. It started is, we're all out here, hopefully every day doing some kind of consistent asking, trying to share and doing something with your business. And we have moments where we don't, it's like, why am I doing this? Nothing is happening. And then all of a sudden things will happen. Well, yesterday, two different emails I got from people yesterday reaching out to me completely off my radar. They weren't on my list of people that I'm talking to yet. Reached out to me one day wanting to look at the services for something. And one of those people, she really wanted the service because it's the nonprofit that I work with, the Inspired Women. It's another chapter that just launched in downtown Pittsburgh. And when they launched, I sent a card to the leader, with a picture of the group the first time. And it's only just begun, that the one of the templates that we have there. Well, it was her admin that reached out to me and just says, hey, we want to do this for our sponsors and that type of thing. So we arranged to do a Zoom today. Well, she was, she knew what she wanted. So it was kind of like we just talked numbers. And I on my end walked through sending a card so she could see. I
okay.
also on my end was able to show the campaign cards I had used for my group here, and she never thought about sending it to the members or the donors, and that's, it was more the sponsors, and so anyways, we had a long talk with that and how to work it and everything else. And she says, well, I'm the administrative assistant. I have to ask questions about what she actually does. Right now, she's volunteering with this group and helping,
Okay.
Rachel run it. And she's, well, I'm the administrative assistant for this like company in Pittsburgh, and I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you, what question I asked that triggered this, but her answer led me like, you know what, I need to show you our campaign store.
Sure.
I need to show you this. And when I showed her that, the light bulb just went off. And she says, oh my gosh, I need, this is exactly what I'm tired of writing everything for this company. I'm tired of doing all this kind of stuff. And she was so excited when she got off this phone,
Oh,
off
good.
the phone with it. So we'll see
Asking
what
questions.
it was just asking questions and listening. It was just plain listening because the moment I said, I need to show her this, I mean, it was just
Right.
something that she says, okay, I need to show her this,
Right.
and so anyway, it is such an asking and listening. You're going to have more success that way
Absolutely.
and less frustration,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know, less frustration. That's all we can say, right?
yeah. Just ask more questions, and just like you did, ask more questions. And if something comes up like, oh, well, let me show you this. This would, like you said, let me show you the campaign store. And wow, okay. Not let me show you everything, but
Right,
just
right.
specific to them. So,
Yeah, it
uh,
was just totally
and
specific.
it's hard because we know how great it is, and we want to tell people, and
I
you
know.
know, and tell stories. Don't tell what all everything can do.
Yeah,
I met with somebody like you, and here's what they did with the cards, and here's what happened.
yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's funny when you talk about asking the questions. I think I shared this with everyone before, coming up in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing it's a success series, WVU, University of West Virginia
yeah,
University is doing, and I'm doing one of the classes on relationships, and they actually, part of the conversation is going to be me showing something, and the other part's going to be them asking questions. And of course, I'm so glad because they gave me the questions ahead of time, so.
it's always nice to have the questions for the test.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really nice too, because a lot of these questions, it's like they're gonna be answered with what I'm gonna show to begin with. But
Right,
I'll purposely take some of them out,
right, absolutely.
just so I'll have that opportunity to show them. So it is asking about it. It's just asking questions,
Yeah.
ask questions and listen to
More
the
about more, and again, more about them than you,
more about them. It's
because
always
it's their decision, and you will, along with the frustration, the more people you're showing, the less frustrated you are when somebody doesn't get it or blows
yes.
you off or next.
Yeah.
I mean, they may come back,
Yeah.
They may come back, and that's okay.
And you have to totally get in the mode of asking more than what you feel comfortable asking,
Yeah.
because that is all going in that bucket of getting you closer to the yeses.
Well, and then you
Oh,
kind of elevate, I don't want this to sound wrong, elevate your status with promptings or the gratitude movement. You know,
mhm,
you're not trying to push something on somebody so you can get something. It's I'm asking questions because I want to help you. Well, you know, you told me you didn't get referrals from your clients, so let me talk to you. Let me tell you some stories that use the cards to stay in touch with their clients, and then they turn
right,
their clients into referral sources. So, or whatever that is. So,
right.
yeah, ask questions, get out of your comfort zone, ask questions, and then be quiet, which is hard for me.
I can't imagine that, Sean.
So, I have a question for you.
Yeah, yeah, and silence doesn't
And
mean
I'm
wanting
gonna
you to
ask it,
talk.
and then I'm gonna hit mute. So if
Yeah,
you see me talking, just keep talking.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Silence does not mean you have to fill a gap.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's a tough one to learn for everybody, but it happens. It happens. So,
All
okay,
righty.
it's a wrap for today.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks, and
Ask
you
those
guys,
questions.
yeah, ask those questions.
And if you're a mentor for anybody, it's 80% about them, 20% about you.
That's right. You got it. All right,
All right.
everybody.
Take
Have a
care.
good one. Take care.
See you,
Bye-bye.
Joy. Bye bye.